Hello guys, Katja here, and welcome to a tutorial today. You see, I have a table full of goodies from ABstudio. I just love these products, and I have some gears, chipboard gears, and I'm thinking to use them for my product today. Number 2. So I'm thinking to use these products, but like always, I go with the flow and I'm not deciding exactly how it will end up. I have these gears and I will paint them a bit. And I have rice paper from ABstudio named ABC, and I'm thinking to cover parts of the gears with the rice paper. And when I was doing this, I'm thinking to paint my chipboard, but now after, because when I started to paint the gesso on the gears, I haven't decided how I will use the rice paper. If I knew how much I wanted of the rice paper, I have not gesso my gears. But that's the way, because while I was painting my gears, the idea how to use the paper was come to me. And that's how the process is, and that's okay. So sometimes when you watch tutorials, it can look a little bit strange, because you wonder, why did she do that? But I think that's a part of the process. So in the end of when I was adding the white gesso, I decided that I want almost all over the gears the rice paper. And here I'm using the clear gesso like a sealer to use, and I add the white gesso on the chipboard, and on the chipboard and on the paper. And you see me using water here and to tear off. I could tear off in small parts and add the rice paper in small parts, or I could use the scissors. Here you can decide how you want. I didn't want it to have the perfect edges, so I add water on the paper, and when the water make it easy to tear it off. And on some places the edges is not perfect, and that's just the way I want it. And also in this stage, I didn't know how I wanted to proceed. Perhaps I have made it on a different way if I exactly have an idea. But it's okay. So you see me working here, adding the clear gesso under and over and the water, and tear it off. So when I have everything, I use the clear gesso from Finnaberg Art Basics, because it works like a ground, the gesso, and here it's clear, because in this stage I'm thinking to keep a lot of the pattern from the rice paper. Yeah, rice paper are so perfect to use like some interest in the background, uh, color shading and exactly like that. So I think it's so very easy to use rice paper. And please, if you like this video, please like and leave a comment. And if you like the channel, please subscribe, and you can click the bell button to not miss any videos. It helps the channel, and so do that. And if you have any questions, or if you have an opinion, please let me know. I'm happy for everything, and I will try to answer your questions. And yes, you see me, I'm adding only small parts on the smaller gear, and I didn't know how I will proceed if I have the round one under or over. It comes from some other set, I don't know exactly, but I have a chipboard left over. And here I think I made up my mind on some way, and now I will add some white heavy gesso. So you see now why I changed my mind. I will make it not so vibrant in the background. I want to soften it up. And on some places I wanted to show more, so I only use tapping away baby wipe on the places where I got a little bit too much gesso. And yes, like I said, I haven't decided exactly. I have picked out some elements and papers, and I have idea, but not exactly. That's just the way that is fun. And you see me now, I'm adding more gesso. I was adding and wiping off and adding again. And it's just the way the process is, that you don't really know. You take every step and make new decisions next step. Here I have a gorgeous stamp, 334, with gears, and some shabby symphony paper, sheet 4. And on the back side of that paper, it's a gorgeous blue shady paper, and I'm stamping with the stamp twice, and I'm thinking to only use one, but I always do some extra when I'm in the process, just because I don't know the next step. And here you see me fussy cutting out the element, and I'm not the perfect cutting. I'm not cutting out exactly the gears, only a little bit. And here it's a gorgeous fly 584 from ABstudio, and it's just gorgeous. And I have this lamp with a sentiment 203 from ABstudio, and the stamp 65. And all the stamps and paper and Ricepapers, you have the links below, so you can check it out, and it's easy to find. So you see me, I was stamping on the sheet number 5 also, and now I have gorgeous elements that I can use when I will make my decoration and making some layerings. And I think this is a great fun to use pattern paper and stamp on. And here I have stamp 78 and also these gorgeous numbers. And I'm stamping randomly around to make more interest. And I'm thinking, wow, this is exactly what the gear needs. Some stamping here and there with the stamps to make more contrast to the white, and the rice paper only makes an interesting background. And here is a gorgeous stencil. And I'm adding here and there some modeling paste on the gear. That's to make a little bit even more interest and to make a texture. I also use a little bit of my leftovers on the stencil, only touching here and there. Now I have a little bit crackle paste, and the crackle paste, to have very big crackles, you need to make a thick layer, and I'm not looking for the thick layer in this project, so I have a little bit crackle paste here. It gives a little bit more texture, and in this project I was looking for really fine crackles, and I leave this to dry by itself, and I doesn't show you that I doesn't use my heating tool. I was doing something else between this the crackle paste and when I'm now adding some color. Otherwise, the video should be have been more even longer video for you, and I think the maximum of the video should be 20 minutes. I don't know. You can tell me how long you like the videos to be. Is the 20 minute videos too long? Or do you like only 10 minutes video? Yes, please leave me a comment. How long do you think the videos should be? Or you like the full process with 1 hour videos? Because I think this project took about 1 hour and 15 minutes to create, not with the drying time. Now I have been adding the liquid acrylic with a paint in amber or burnt sienna, and I'm having some of Finnabair waxes, vintage gold and copper, adding a little bit here and there. I'm using my finger, and when I'm using my finger, I only want it to be a very thin coat, only only on the top of my texture. Sometimes I use a brush, and that's happened when I want more of the waxes to come in the texture, but here on the top. And you see now I start to decorate. I'm using my elements that I have been stamping and cutting out and trying to make an interesting composition. I also have some metallic embellishment, and most of the embellishment comes from Finnabair, some mechanicals and numbers and gears. And I try to make some layering around my focus in the middle. So I'm adding, and because I have some extra chipboard between the two gears, it's possible to add my elements between. So you see I can stick under where I think it's possible, where I can put them. So I'm adding some small elements here and there, and soon I'm happy with my composition, and adding even more 3D matte gel to glue my elements, especially the metallics. I can use also regular glue, but I think it's so easy to use a medium when I'm gluing. So that depends what you're used to. I forgot that I haven't used any gesso on my paper before I was stamping, and because I want a little bit color shade on my cuttings, I was added some clear gesso on it. So like here, I'm adding a little bit color, so the paper will not make the color flow if you haven't prepared the paper on some way. So I was adding clear gesso, and that's why I was fastening the rice paper also with the clear gesso, because it works like a base when I want have my colors flow. I have some micro beads, and that's really one of my favorite to use for some extra interest. It doesn't take too much focus. It's only like a metallic effect, and it's so delicate, and I really like it. So you see me adding it a little bit here and there, and yeah, I really like it. Really happy with my gear, so I will keep it like that. And the string what I have, I'm fastening it and adding a little bit shimmer around my focal point in the middle. And I'm happy with my gear. I think it have interesting details. So please watch the photos in the end, and thank you for watching, and have a really nice day. So hope to see you soon again in the next tutorial. Bye bye. See you.